Hey guys, it's Paul Jang. Just gonna go over six REI strategies, and I'm gonna be talking about the draw of other real estate investment strategies. The key one that I go with is land investing. There's basically two reasons that I like it, and it has to do with owner financing and cash deals. Um, you in this one avenue, you have two income streams, and specifically with owner financing, I just think, man, being able to be the bank is pretty vital. I think it's one of the best ways you can increase your wealth and revenue stream. If you think about banks, they don't really do anything themselves, they only lend money. And that's essentially what you're doing with owner financing deals. And a lot of land investors charge between 8 to 12% on deals, and you're getting an asset that you're buying 25 cents, 50 cents on the dollar. And there's a lot of funders that will be willing to fund it for you, or you just hold it under contract and do it yourself. I just think with land investing, there's just so many opportunities. You can go bigger, you can go smaller, you can do a little bit of land development and subdivide things. There's just a lot of opportunity and a lot of money here. Without the competition, compared to houses. Now, I'm going to tell you, I feel like I'm becoming more and more of a business person, not just real estate. But real estate is kind of my first business love, because it's the thing that my mom brought me to. And it didn't start with land investing, and it started with houses, right? And basically the fix and flip stuff. But I'm gonna go from my most attract like the things that I'm most attracted about, and then I'll tell you why, and then you know some of the things that I might have in the future. So land investing is kind of my key thing. But if you haven't heard of Sub Two, let me tell you what's good about it. Okay, you ever hear of like the no money down stuff? Um, so that's Sub Two. So no money down, without partners or anything. It's basically a deed. You're basically grabbing a deed. Deed grabbing, right? Deed is usually it's with a warranty deed. It is who owns the property, and you're taking over the property, and you are taking over the payments of what's left over on the mortgage. And usually there's like hybrids or ways to be, people will say like creative financing if it's not a strict subject to, but basically it's, you're making the monthly payment. You don't want to, I will take it over, I will take over the house and take over your payments. That's basically your offer. And you could add, if they have equity, you could add a cash or some kind of balloon payment at the end for a couple of years. Like, hey, I'll pay this amount and then pay off later with a refinance or something. If you don't have that cash on hand, but it's a way for you to skip out on the bank. There's a couple problems here, and the first one is like due diligence, not due diligence. It's the due on sale contract, due on sale no contract clause. And this is one of the big hiccups for me. The big hiccup here is basically if you transfer ownership, the bank has the right to recall the loan. And if you don't have some method of paying them back quickly, they could take over the property. So the impression I get is it's kind of rare because, banks don't want to take back the property. They just, keep the payments going. And so, like, roundabout ways to do it is to be safe, doing things like a land trust, right? If you ever haven't heard of it, Google it. But basically, it's like no money down stuff. So it's like for me, the things that like attract me here is like, man. So you're saying if I put some money down, or I call some expires and say like, hey, I saw you want to sell your property. I'll be willing to take it over. Is that something you might be interested in? And it's basically yes or no, right? And I could get into a house. That's pretty awesome without paying, like all the bank fees. So this is like a pretty big draw for me. I don't think it beats land investing, but one of the exits, it's you owner finance it to someone else, or you just keep it as a rental, or do like an Airbnb. Now, this is kind of my um, I guess long-term plan. It's basically just picking up rentals for forever income. So with land investing, if you get a note, it's pretty profitable, but there's a an end date. With rentals, if I pick a couple of these up, then I'm able to give that to my two sons, right? And then any other kids that we might have in the future, right? So basically, what the idea is doing a living trust and then skip over probate and give it to my sons and maybe other kids. But rentals is forever income. So when I'm done with land investing or I don't want to do it anymore, rentals will pay it. So my like overall draw to sub twos is kind of this. Um, we have our land investing business. I do all these other things. Then I might look at getting some properties. Let's say when the market is down and people have a harder time selling, pick up a couple properties. Be like, hey, I know you can't sell it right now. I'd be willing to take it over if you're interested. You know, give you a couple $1,000s for your time. Put it under a land trust. And just kind of pay it down and then have it as a rental like indefinitely. So that's kind of my thought process. Or I might just skip the subject to and just buy the rentals outright. Um, Wholesale has been always an interest to me because when I first started, I didn't have a lot of money. The thing is here, guys, I'm gonna tell you, wholesaling, it's like marketing is expensive. Okay, so there's a from what I've seen, there's two ways to do wholesaling. One is to do marketing with direct mail, and this could be really expensive. So my brother-in-law, he does this. He uses. I'll tell you what he does. He has. I forgot the program, but he hires VAs from the Philippines. Okay, and he calls them. He uses them to call them. After they call and display some kind of interest, he'll call them back. So that's how he kind of saves money. So he'll spend a couple $100s here. If you're gonna do direct mail, I know guys that like you know do like 5,000 to like $50,000 in mailers, um, and that gets expensive. So like the thing here though is if there's ever a time that you got sued, you probably lose because the don't call. I think that's what it's called. Don't call list. Do not call list. I think it's a do not call list, right? You're not supposed to call them, but my my brother-in-law will just call them ahead, and then if there's a problem, he'll hang up. So this used to be attractive to me, but it's not really that attractive to me anymore. Burr was always interesting to me when uh, a couple years ago, this was a new phenomenon. Like, I want to say a new phenomenon, but it was definitely more niche. I feel like now it's becoming much more popular because of bigger pockets. Um, but essentially, you buy a fixer upper, you rehab it, you rent it out, and then you refinance it out. Usually, some kind of portfolio lender or what's the term? DSQR, something like that. Disc. It's basically when usually with their refinance, if you're like in real estate, they won't check your W-2 because you don't have a job per se, but they'll base it off of the value of the property itself. So Burr, these are things that aren't as attractive to me. Fix and flip. Oh, fix and flips it's like, how can you not be attracted to this? Fix and flips. I don't know what to say. I lived in San Antonio. Right near me was Waco, and you had Chip and what's her name? Gail. I'm terrible. That's terrible. I have no idea. The fix and flip show. Okay, Chip, and the other person. I think Gail. Well, you buy it inexpensively, you fix it up, and then you resell it. Okay, the problem with this is buying it is really hard. Like, um, I would say like right now, it's a tough business. I feel like there's rewards here, but the competition here is so stiff. I honestly think for just keeping your sanity, land investing is like so much easier. I have a friend, his name's Aaron. He's in San Antonio. He's doing fix and flips, and he does wholesales. I don't think he's doing burrs as much, but he basically started, the trailer homes. Okay, so he started flipping the trailer homes, and this is literally what he told me. He said that. I guess not literally told me. Basically, the trailer homes, made him more money than doing these fix and flips. Just picking up a trailer, reselling it without having to do because whenever you're doing a fix and flip, one of the big parts is managing the people, right? That are, you know, improving the property. Like that's really difficult. Like you're a handyman, right? You're electrician, you're plumber, like managing all that, like general contracting work. It's really tough. My mother-in-law does this, and it is like a pain. It's like um, she works like real hard, like she works a lot. And just in my mind, it's like land investing is just like much easier. Okay, so this is like cool and sexy, but this too, but like I know people who do really well with Burr, but I just think land investing is just much easier. You can build other income streams, and the Burr, it's after you do this, what are you going to get your cash flow? Like 200, 300, $400. You can do that with like land investing without having to do the rehab or finding funding. Okay, that's just my personal opinion, but that's it. I honestly think this wholesaling, maybe if you wanted to really be a part of houses, but I honestly think these three is the way to go. For me personally, land investing with owner financing and cash deals, right? And then over here, you could use, either longer contracts or bringing in partners for land investing when you start running out of capital. And then looking at subject twos, I think when the market goes down a bit more, I might look at it. We got two rentals already. But yeah, I want to pick up definitely some more when the market turns a little bit more, start focusing a little bit more on houses, getting them with subject twos. Um, but this is like the draw. There's so many real estate investing strategies. And I didn't even talk about this, but we want to get into a little bit of land development, subdivisions. Basically, the idea here is if you're not familiar with it, you get 100 acres and you basically split them into 10 acres, and then you have 10 acres and you're able to sell them usually for higher amounts. And maybe if we're crazy, we make those 10 acres into 1 acres or quarter acres. Whoa, crazy. Okay, so these are some of the things that you could do with subdivisions, throwing roads and stuff like that. I'm interested in this stuff, but I don't know. I feel like I got a lot of stuff on my plate right now. I feel like right now, land investing, owner financing, and cash, it's just simple, straight to the point. Maybe look at land development, probably pick up a couple properties, get rentals, pay these off, do something like that. Either skip the sub two and go rentals, or do sub two and then make those rentals. Those are kind of my plans. But there's such a draw with real estate investment strategies. I know people that have done well with all of them. I would say land investing is one of the easiest. I would say like the creative financing, I'm like very interested in all that stuff. But yeah, we're just gonna go stick to the bread and butter, land investing. But I hope that kind of gave you a framework of the different real estate investing strategies out there. Subscribe and like this channel. I appreciate it. In the there's a course for land investing in the description below. Otherwise, take care. Have a good one.